Someone should make a motion that we hold all our conventions here. We've had such wonderful speakers, and I think we should have them every year, myself excluded. This is really a wonderful place. Everybody has worked so hard to make it so good, and I'm just enjoying the heck out of it. My sobriety date is September the 21st, 1949. I'm from Charleston, West Virginia, where I was born. What? Nice place to visit, but I don't want that. Yeah, I'm an old ridge runner. You know, all West Virginians have one leg shorter than the other. Because they're used to going around the mountains, and they have to be able to trudge. And they're just poor people. A lot of coal miners, a lot of coal mines. We had, I guess you'd call it a beer bar. In West Virginia, all of the bars could only sell 3.2 beer. And we'd up it a little by pouring a shot of whiskey into it. I thought that was a mixed drink. All of the liquor stores were owned by the government. And they stayed open from 9 o'clock in the morning until 6 o'clock in the evening, except on Saturday and Friday nights. They stayed open till 10. Well, enough of that. I want to begin by saying that I was born into an Irish Catholic family that they were very Catholic. Very strict. My mother was the teetotaler in our family. Excuse my throat, I'm thinking I'm getting a little hoarse. Anyhow, they had 5 children, and I was the last one. They couldn't have stood anymore, I don't think. But we had a wonderful time. I loved my family. My father was an alcoholic. My mouth gets so dry. You know how dry I am? I had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. My 2 sisters, one was 11 years older than me, and the other one was 13 years older. My brothers, one of them was 7 years older than me, and the other one was 5 years older than me, and he was the meanest kid God ever put on this earth. He made my life miserable. We'd go to school, Catholic school, and every morning he'd tell me, "Katie, you're not Mom's little girl. You're adopted. You came from the Lauderdale family, an Italian family that had 10 million kids. And I was one too many, and they gave me He'd have me crying every day going to school, and I was afraid to ask my mother afraid of the answer. And I couldn't have handled it before then, but she laughed. She thought that was the funniest thing. All those years I suffered not knowing if I was my mother's little girl. I'd get to school and tears would just be streaming down my face. And the nuns would ask me, Katie, don't you, Kathleen, they didn't call me Katie, Kathleen, don't you like school? And I said, I love school. And she said, well then why are you crying? I said, I can't tell you. So this was my routine every day. My brother also, like I told you, he was mean. My mother gave us 5 cents every morning to buy milk for our lunch. She packed our lunch, but I could buy milk at the school. Instead of buying milk, my brother bought cigarettes. They had wings. I don't think they even make them anymore. And they put 10 wings in a little carton, and it was 5 cents for 10 cigarettes. Well, every time I wanted him to do something, or he was going to do something to me, I'd say, I'm going to tell Mom you smoke. 5 years old. I'm going to tell my mother you smoke. And I'd get my whatever I wanted him to do. One cold winter morning, we were walking to school. He pulled out one of his cigarettes and lit it, and I was freezing to death. And he said, oh, this makes me so warm inside. He said, here, take a puff. And I was so cold, I was willing to take a puff of anything. So I took a puff of his cigarette, and he said, now, I'm going to tell Mom. Oh, he was mean. But to get on with my story, the first time I was ever drunk, oh, I forgot to tell you, my father was a CIA, Catholic Irish alcoholic. And that was the only thing I inherited from him, besides my height. I'm 6 foot tall, and I haven't shrunk an inch. I'll be 83. My claim to fame. Anyhow, senior moment. The first time I was ever drunk, I was 11 years old. And we were at a Thanksgiving party, and everybody was drinking wine. All my family were drinking wine, sipping wine. My father wasn't around then. And one of my family members would say, Katie, didn't you get any wine? I said, no. Here. They filled me a little cheese glass full of rot gut something. I don't know what the name was. Anyhow, it was sweet and it was good. And I didn't sip mine, I drank mine down. See, I had alcoholic drinking from the day I was born. I just didn't know it yet.